I know we clapped earlier for people who are in a relationship. Yes, clap again for that. These and these ones and these. Okay, cool. And are they relationships with a hard R or any of them situationships? They're too afraid to admit it. Or do you not know what that word means? Do you not know what a situationship is? I'm asking you. You know what it is? Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you were old. No, just happy and satisfied. Good for you. I'm not jealous at all. It's okay. Does anyone not know what the word situationship means? Just like to make sure that we're on the same page. You're clapping because you don't know? I love that pride. That's awesome. Maybe this will help clear it up for you. I read on Twitter recently that situationship is what the sad person in the situationship calls it. The other person doesn't call it anything at all. When I was in college, I was in a situationship for 5 years. I was in college for 4 years. I learned everything I needed to know for an undergraduate degree in English literature, but I did not learn my lesson, okay? And before you judge me too harshly for that, just know that I was doing like Paris 2024 level mental gymnastics in order to justify that to myself. I was like, oh, well, the reason why I'm not sure that the guy who I've been sort of seeing on and off here for 4 years has ever been my date to my sorority formal, for example, is because, you know, he's shy. He's an introvert, you know, like he has horn-rimmed glasses and sweaters with elbow patches, and that's why none of our friends on our shared Division I NCAA rowing team know that we know each other. At all, even though we eat breakfast together every day. But no, I went to school in Washington, D.C., and after I graduated from college, I left our college town, and he stayed there, as many people I went to school with did. But I had to come back to school to be a bridesmaid at my sorority sister's wedding. And so I texted him when I knew I was coming back to town, and I was like, hey, how would you like to have sex in a bed that's not a twin size? And he said yes, hell yeah. And so I was like, cool, here's the address to the hotel room that my mom paid for. Why don't you meet me here after the rehearsal dinner? And so then I go to the rehearsal dinner and I get drunk on free alcohol, and then I come back from the rehearsal dinner and he's sitting there in the hotel lobby and he's reading a book. Sexy, right? No one ever agrees with me that that's sexy, and I think that that says a lot about the No Child Left Behind program in this country. All right. But no, I mean, like, there's so many other things that he could have been doing, right? Like, he could have been at the hotel bar, like, talking to some other bitch, or, like, not there. It's a really good chance that he could have just not been there at all. But no, he was reading a book. And so then I walk up to him, and I say, let's go upstairs. And so then we do go upstairs. And when we get upstairs to that hotel room that my mother paid for, I take one look at him, and he takes one look at me, and he goes, do you mind if I finish this chapter? Yeah, gasp indeed. That's an appropriate reaction. And that bruised the ego just a skosh. That might hurt my feelings a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, okay? I took a bit of a blow to the ego. But clearly I'm over it, because that was 7 years ago. And this is gonna sound like a non sequitur, but are any of y'all on the side of TikTok where your For You page is showing you videos about the signs and symptoms of undiagnosed adult autism? No, just me? Cal surprise. Because I've been getting some of those a lot. And so I texted one of those videos to my friend, my sorority sister, the girl whose wedding it was. And I was like, hey, based on this video, do you think that he has undiagnosed adult autism? And she goes, no, Courtney, I don't think that he has undiagnosed adult autism. Yeah, she goes, he does not like you. And for some reason, that was more difficult for me to swallow, honestly. I don't know what the reason is. I know what the reason is. The reason is because I have attachment issues, because I was raised Catholic. As most of us were here. I will leave you with this. I think that being Catholic is a lot like being a Chicago Cubs fan. Because we go to this place. It's very beautiful. It's a beautiful place that we go to, but like we don't really believe in what's happening there. Right? And we come and we're like, oh, it's a good thing they've got a snack. And there's a lot of singing, and like you guys stand up and then you sit down again, and you stand up and then you sit down again, and then you're like, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I just gotta scooch out. And then you try to leave early before it's over. And maybe you will tonight too. My name's Courtney Zelazny. Thank you so much.